Hi, I'm Uncle Mark. Welcome to the channel. I've got some new LEDs that are flashing way too fast. Not really sure if I can fix this problem or not, but here I go. Hopefully it helps you out. I've ordered these. They're LED, they're calling them decoders, or basically like a CAN bus. It settles the LEDs down anyway. Here's the problem. Now when it's not running, it flashes the right speed. Once you're idling, it's all upset. It's double the speed it should be. So this is the speed that it should be, and that's the speed that it was with the original bulbs, but I put these LEDs in and they're just going too fast. They're not supposed to do that. They actually claim that they won't do that, but then there's always this caveat that, well, if they do, you can buy this decoder that'll settle them down. So these two bolts on these taillights, we'll take them off. They're actually a torque screw, I guess you want to call them. It's got that kind of head anyway. And I believe it's the one that I can't see marked here. Yes. On the Grand Caravan, it's a T30. It's a torque bit. I'm going to use them on my ratchet here. Just going to loosen them up and take them out. I'll show you how easy it is to put those other ones in. It's coming out okay. So you can see you're going to need this special bit. Try and put a link in the description for a set like these that I bought. There's one below. Fairly easy to do. It's good to have these because one day, if you've got one of these older vans, the lights are going to stop working. You're going to have to change the bulbs anyway. Also going to put this in the description. It's a thumb drive or finger ratchet, thumb ratchet. These are super cool. You can change the direction as well. Don't take a whole lot of room. Easy to hold with one hand. This should just pop out. Pull straight back. And there's some fingers right in there that go into some rubber grommets. So if you get your fingers in there and then just give it a good pry. Don't want to pry with a screwdriver or nothing because it'd probably break the light. And those are those little fingers. Let's go into like a rubber grommet. Doesn't hurt to maybe spray them with some kind of lubricant later before we put them back in. WD-40 or something maybe. Now let's do turn counterclockwise. I'm going to pull this bulb out. And there's my nice fancy LED. Try and put a link in the description as to where I got these. I'm happy with them other than this running way too fast. And maybe they wouldn't in another vehicle, I'm not sure. But in this Dodge, so basically what you do is you put them in a different socket, screw them back into the light. This exact module was for the 1157 bulbs, so if you've got a different kind of vehicle, you're going to have to order the one, it's a different part number, because the sockets will be different. See how that works? It basically is just an extension with some electronics in the middle. And you see that these fingers that are on the socket go only one way into the light. Now this, I don't know if there's, maybe a copyright or something that it works, but it's not exactly the right, how would you word it? It looks like they've made it close so that it works. But they were fairly reasonable for price. I didn't want to spend the 40 or 50 bucks that the guys that bought the bulbs from. I didn't put it in there right, I don't think. Is this even right? Just a couple of the fingers or little tabs are just a little bit smaller than I think they should be. I'm looking to compare. So, yeah, there's some difference, but it will work though. Probably just change them just a little bit so they don't have to give somebody a couple cents for using their design. Then I noticed too, got all these wires and this heavy electronics little box. It's fairly heavy. That looks like it's going to be banging around in there. Now these fingers go back into the holes, those grommets. Like I say, you probably want to spray something in there. I've sprayed something in there a while back when I changed the lights. But I was looking, as I'm putting it back in, it's like, I think this thing's going to be knocking around and making, you know, a little clunking, and can't be good for the box. And it's going to be annoying to hear something was making noise. I think I'm going to tie them up with a little tie strap. So grab some little tie straps. I guess you could always even use some electrical tape. And then it was like, well, how short should I make it? I'll set you down. So I unplugged it. Figure I'm just going to shorten it to about there. It still might bang around, I'm not sure. Tighten up. I guess I could have trimmed the end of that. Plug it back in. And there we go. I'll have some comments at the end here too. There's a skippable chapters here. But we're pretty much done. I'll have to do the other side as well, but if you got the same kind of van again. The newer ones actually went to LED lights that are non-replaceable. You have to replace this whole assembly, which are going to be a little more money than this, but that's progress for you. Got to get that around that metal. It's like a flange or something like that. Line those up. Make sure they're centered. And then just give it a little push. Not too hard. And they click in. Let's put those bolts back in. Torque bolts. There we go. Got that one done. Got this one done. I'd put them, you know, fairly snug and then tighten them up after, just so everything lines up. And that should be good. Then we can test it. Make sure that it's working good. Hear the birds in the background, whatever they are, ravens, crows. Okay, not running. Running. Okay, it's doing a nice slow speed. They look way better in real life too. They're nice and bright. So that fixes it. If you want, you can just see me just speed up the other side here. Hopefully it doesn't make you sick. Show the whole process in like 30 seconds. If you like the video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. I've got some bloopers at the end as well. Other links to more videos on this van and on the Grand Caravan. Got a nice little playlist of a couple different years. So I've got this series, and then the newer series with the 3.6 and the LED taillights. There's an oil cooler video I did as well. There, that's doing good too. And just to show you the difference, the one on the right is the new one, going nice and slow. So that's going to do it for the video. I'm happy that the lights are not flashing like crazy anymore. They weren't supposed to. Of course, they said if for some reason it did upset the vehicle, you could buy those kind of little resistors or decoders to help out. I'll put a link in the description to where I got those as well. If you have a 2010, it's probably 2008 to, I think they still have those same taillights in 11. Otherwise, you'll have the ones that have a bunch of round LEDs, which are completely different. Please give me the thumbs up if you're happy with the video and you've learned something. It also helps YouTube realize that I'm trying my best to make these videos. Subscribe down in the corner if you haven't already. And I'll also put, well, a link here. Just above the big blue circle, the flashing yellow arrow will bring you up to a card at the very corner there. And that links you to a playlist on the Grand Caravans. There's tons of stuff in there. Anywhere from maybe front wheel bearings or brakes. What else did I do? There's one there with an oil cooler on a newer 3.6 liter. Those are an issue that you may want to look at yourself, although it's a little tough. and some other stuff. You can decide what you want to do there. Until next time, it's Uncle Mark saying bye-bye for now. I hope you and your family are well, and stay safe. Oh, well, let's, that doesn't sound good either. As their LED and not your regular type of incandescent bulb. That's going to do it for the video. They said they were not supposed to do that. Of course, then of course, and of course. So it was fairly easy to